Well, that wasn't really fun to watch at the end there. Not really. Atletico Madrid just beat Liverpool 3-2 in the second leg of the Champions League knockout stage game. I don't really want to be doing this, to be quite honest with you. I don't really want to be live streaming right now, but I said I would, so here I am. Here I am. Man, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, but that was unfortunate. That was unfortunate. I mean, you really just have to give it up to Atletico Madrid. The game's still on where I'm watching it here because I'm watching it on an app, so it's a few minutes late. But I assume nothing happens. I assume, the ball goes clear. Atletico still has it. Oh, Liverpool have it back. And here's Minamino on the edge of the box. Milner has it, passes it to Origi, and the ball goes out. Yeah, I assume that's about the end. The whistle looks like it just is about to blow. Yeah, so you have to give that up to Atletico Madrid. I tell you what, Liverpool were on fire that match. On fire. And what else can you say? I mean, Adrian mistake. I feel terrible for the guy. But backup goalkeepers and Champions League just don't work out too well for us, sadly. Yeah, Atletico really, to defend a Liverpool that is in their rhythm, in their attacking rhythm, is near impossible, and they did it. Atletico Madrid did it, sadly. They dealt with Liverpool's crosses brilliantly, and you could possibly say that with our chances, we should have done more. Salah had so many chances. Salah had a great match. I'm not saying Liverpool played poorly. I think we played wonderfully. Salah had a great match. I just couldn't get the ball in the net. Yeah, it was a darn shame. A darn shame. Oxlade-Chamberlain, Salah, and Trent down that right-hand side for the first 90 minutes were unreal. Unreal. The Ox cross to Genie for the Genie header was amazing. And it's just a darn shame. I have all my notes here. I don't want to talk about any of them. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Like I said, you got to give it up to Atletico. Got to give it up to Atletico. And I must say, the two key battles of the match are Correa versus VVD. Why did Correa try to start a little fight with VVD there? That was not a smart fight to start. And then at the end of the match, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Morata got into a little tussle. So that was exciting. But other than that, stinks. Absolutely stinks. Liverpool are out of the Champions League. And, well, we're out of the Champions League. We're out of the FA Cup. So all that sucks. It absolutely sucks. But let's look at the bright side here. We're going to win the Premier League. First time in so many years. And let's just try to keep our heads up high and think about that. Because, wow, how unfortunate was that match. Do you think if we had Alisson on the field, we win? I would say, yeah, because once that first Adrian mistake happened, I don't want to say we played poorly after that, but that changes the rhythm, it changes things, and man, Llorente had a field day with both of his shots. I would say that first Llorente goal, obviously Adrian mistake, not much we can do about it. We were caught out, completely caught out. Goalkeepers aren't supposed to give the ball away in their own half. It's not supposed to happen. But I have an issue with Llorente's second goal. It was a 2-on-3. And you see Llorente just runs into space, and no one follows him. And I've seen that happen to Liverpool a few times where when the striker, they were both bound up tightly on the right-hand side, both Atletico Madrid players. And so Llorente decides, hey, I'm going to drift out to the middle, and no one really follows him. And now he's got all this space to take his time and bend it in the right corner. And it was an awesome strike. Both of his strikes were absolutely awesome. And Atletico defended a pushing Liverpool so well. And we should have done more with our chances. All of this I've said already. I understand. But I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, I was ready. Before we went into extra time, I had all my live stream stuff set up, ready to go. And I was expecting to talk about a win, to be quite honest with you. And then we scored our second goal, and it was just insane. It's like that was it. That was it. Firmino did a 1-2 with the post, with the crossbar, and finally scored at Anfield. First time scoring at Anfield in a while. And we all thought that was it. I know at that point in time, we still couldn't shut off. I know that. And we didn't. We didn't shut off. It comes down to a goalkeeper mistake, and it's a darn shame. A darn shame. So at least we didn't. At least we had fans at the stadium. At least the coronavirus didn't keep us out of the stadium. But yeah, I got nothing else to say about that match, guys. It stinks. Let's look at the chat, see if we got anyone talking. Let's see. Atletico. I'm done with this. This is awful. Carter pointing. Yeah, I totally agree. It was awful. Herber, Juante, Saboya, who won? Atletico Madrid. Carter pointing said Adrian isn't good enough. I don't want to say he's not good enough, but he's our backup goalkeeper. He's not our number one, so obviously Alisson's better. And Adrian did so well in the first when Alisson was injured in the beginning of the season. Adrian really stepped up and did well. But these last couple games, Adrian was very unconvincing last match. And this match, he didn't get tested much, but when he did, it wasn't great. The one shot, he kind of flubbed left and had to make a second save, which he made that second save well. But I'd have to agree with you. He's not good enough for that level of play, for sure. Oliver Hofset Soybakken, who knows how you say your last name, buddy? He said unfair. It definitely feels unfair. That's a great way to put it. Unfortunate, unfair. You just don't expect to be knocked out of the Champions League after a performance like we just put forth. Banvik said, should have never let Karius go. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, well, like I said in the beginning, Champions League and Liverpool with backup goalkeepers don't work out too well, as we can remember. And then Marco 102 said, we can't win it every year, I suppose. It's a good point. We're not going to win it every year. We're going to win the Premier League this year. So it's like I've said this before, I've used this analogy. That's a big turd dropped in a bouquet of flowers. The season's been great. We're going to win the Premier League, but that's just, that sucks. Really, really sucks. Sam Jot said, let's not forget what a great season we have had. Not the best finish, but still a great season. I mean, not the best finish. All right, not the best finish for the Champions League for sure. But let's talk about the finish for the Premier League. I mean, how much farther can we get ahead? I know we've had a bad run of form these last few games, but we're gonna win it. It's gonna happen. So we just got to keep our heads up high. Adrian, Prince of Anfield. Adrian is Karius 3.0. Man, Adrian's gonna get a lot of crap. Oh man. I always feel bad for keepers when they make mistakes like that, man. It sucks. And Oliver Hoff said, I'm Norwegian. I got one of my good friends is Norwegian, lives in Norway. Two of my good friends, Scott and Marius. What's up, Scott and Marius? Minato Namikaze says, how is this unfair? It's just unfair. I suppose I see what you're saying. I get it. It's unfortunate. It feels unfair. I know it's not unfair because football's not fair. This sport is not fair. But it's just, it feels unfair for how good we just played. Come on, everyone listening to this right now, we all expected to win. When we go up 2-0, everyone expected to win, and then it gets snatched from us by a stupid mistake. And then again, that second Llorente goal, I'm not even going to talk about that last goal. Who gives a crap about that? But that second Llorente goal was a bit of Liverpool falling down on defense a bit. Carter pointing 4 losses in our last 6 games. Yeah, our form has not been great, but Carter, what do you have to say about that match? That match was one of our best games. We played so well. That was great performance. What bad can you say about that performance? Besides Adrian, and besides a little fall down on defense towards the end, but for that 90 minutes, we were unbelievable. Atletico, they barely touched the ball. When they did touch the ball, they were dangerous, as they always are. But we're playing against a team who's going to park the bus, and they're one of the best defensive teams in the world. And we did awesome. Banvict, MFRKO, second and third goals, all defensive laps. None on Adrian from my point. Yeah, oh, totally. Second and third goal, just a complete lapse in concentration. That's what happens when you go into extra time, man. I mean, that's, you play a full 90. Now you got to play 30 more minutes, 2 50-minute halves. That's tough. Yeah, geez. And then Obed Conjura. What a game from Atletico. Best team won. Interesting. So you think Atletico played better than Liverpool? I mean, Atletico played great. I'm not saying... that was one of the best defensive performances I've seen all year from any team. What Atletico just did today. But you got to give... I mean, they won. So I want to say Liverpool's a better team. But Atletico won 3-2. 4-2 on aggregate. Jeez. Oh, it's a real darn shame, man. Real darn shame. Well, what are we going to do? That's it. We're out of the Champions League. It's going to hurt for a couple days, but we're going to snap back. We're going to win the Champions League. Let's think about that. I'm sorry, not the Champions League. We're going to win the Premier League. Let's think towards the parade in Liverpool, if we're allowed there because of the coronavirus. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But, yeah, just let's think about that, guys. Major bummer. I don't even want to keep talking. That's it. Congratulations to Atletico for moving on. What a great performance from you guys. Hats off to you. Unbelievable performance. And this is the Anfield Humidor podcast. Check out our Tuesday show, which will be a little more chipper for, I assume. I'm not very chipper right now. But our Tuesday show podcast on iTunes, on Spotify, on all those platforms, comes out every Tuesday. And it's called the Anfield Humidor podcast. Guys, give me a like, give me a subscribe, or wherever you're watching this from, subscribe to us. Thank you so much for